So total, we just did a little under 500,000 and I was able to sell the brand.
Hi there, it's Sean from SaleHoo, and today I'm interviewing Ethan. He has scaled multiple dropshipping brands past 6 figures in the men's accessory and home decor niche. So Ethan, can you give us a bit of background on your e-commerce journey? Maybe we can take it right from the beginning, from when you first got started dropshipping.
First got started, I was around 16 years old. When I was this age, I just looked up how you can actually make money when you're this young and you really don't have a lot of money. And I just did some research. I looked into Amazon FBA. I looked into a bunch of different business opportunities out there. And what really struck with me was dropshipping, because I saw other people that looked like me, that were my age, that did not have high school diplomas, anything like that, that were making a lot of money. I got into the men's accessory niche, as you mentioned, with 𝐕𝐢𝐝 Sports, selling these different chains and necklaces. And in that first 6 months, I honestly did horrible. I really didn't know much about the e-commerce game. I didn't know what skills I needed to learn. I didn't know how to properly run paid traffic whatsoever, especially with Facebook ads. And I was literally working 11 hours a day, just finding products. And I had this giant store with hundreds of products. But when I launched the first ads, literally nothing happened. I would get traffic, but no one was buying because I didn't know how to make a good offer. I didn't know how to add urgency. I didn't know how to have the right apps. All of this stuff was just a big mess. So I ended up losing about $2,000, went bankrupt, and I had to go back to working as a cashier and also as an umpire in baseball games part-time just to make some more money. And then eventually I was able to bankroll my next try at this business. And when I did that, I properly invested into a mentor who ran his own Facebook ad agency. So he taught me a lot of my first basic concepts of digital marketing, how to do customer research. And after I learned that skill, I eventually was able to finally have a winning ad and have a winning product that eventually scaled to $50,000 in revenue. And then I was able to just find more and more winners off of that, start some new businesses. And as you mentioned, after 3 years of doing this, I scaled a brand new store from 0 to 80 grand in the women's health niche, just using TikTok ads.
If it's okay with you sharing, how much was 𝐕𝐢𝐝 Sports making? Just like in terms of like 5 figures, 6 figures, and how long did it take for you to get there?
I would say the first year was definitely a whole learning experience. I tested probably around 22 products before finding that first winner. Like the first 7 months were just brutal of me constantly failing at trying to market products, trying to do these urgency sales and everything, and just no one biting. So that first year, I would say I maybe did close to like 17,000 in revenue, but profit was literally negative. So I didn't make anything off of that. Second year definitely was more profitable. I would say I was around 130, 140,000
Wow.
revenue. Profit from that was closer to around 25 to 30 grand. So starting to build a little bit of business there. And then third year, we did over 250,000. So it was around 280. So total, we just did a little under 500,000 and I was able to sell the brand for, around 72,000. It was dying off a little, I will admit, because when you're sort of focused on other projects, and I mean, this is something I learned from one of my mentors, where if you really want to see progress in something, you need to put 100% of your time into it. And if you're running 3 different businesses and hey, you got your time split up 33% here, 30% here, you're just going to get half-ass results. And compared to if you have all of your attention and focus on one thing. I mean, when you look at literally anyone that's successful at anything, usually they're specialists in that one thing.
Yeah.
Like Usain Bolt, the reason why he's the greatest runner of all time, but he just focuses on running. And he doesn't focus on selling products or focus on just being a kitchen or guy. I don't know. So it's just, that was one of those things where I was sort of half-assing it to a point. But in that last year, we did really well. It did 280,000 revenue. I would say profit was probably close to 80, 90,000. So that was when it was really doing really well. And then just sold the brand and put that money into something else.
And how did you figure out what to sell?
Yeah, I will admit, I fell into the typical trope of everyone that I was seeing online always saying, sell products that that you're interested in, and that will be the best way of doing it. Like, sell products that you're passionate about. So I did go that route. I was super into jewelry. I was an athlete myself. I still am an athlete. So I'm like, all right, I know what my target customers want because I'm in that demographic. But for nowadays, I think it's pretty dumb to sell what you're passionate about because people are pretty passionate about a lot of weird stuff. So if you really want to make money, I
Yeah.
mean, I would recommend looking at what's selling right now. Like, see what the market actually wants. Like, for instance, with this new product I'm selling, I mean, I'm selling, I'll be honest, I'm selling waist trainers to women. I know nothing about waist training. I know nothing about women's health. I know nothing as to why people would buy a waist trainer. But I knew, hey, there's a huge market for this. Females love shopping online, typically more than men, and it's a great price point. So I was like, all right, this is a product that I know I can market effectively. So I did the research. I went on to similar competitors selling these waist trainers. I read their reviews, I read their descriptions. For 3 days, I just gathered this giant Word document of all of the best lines and all the best reviews so that I could figure out, hey, what are the common phrases? What are the problems these people are dealing with? What do they want from this product? What are the benefits they care about? And then I'm like, all right, I got all these amazing lines. Let me just cut the fat and make this amazing description, make these amazing ads using all these key benefits. And boom, I was able to scale the store. It did. I mean, the first day I put $100 into TikTok ads, made $1,100 back. And I'm like, damn, that's insane.
Wow.
And it's all because I just did the customer research. I think it's super simple, but I would say 90% of new people into dropshipping just don't do customer research. What they do is, hey, I see this competitor has this description. Let me copy that. I'll just paste it onto my website. But the problem is you're probably copying someone who also didn't do the product research or didn't do customer research. And if you just read reviews of what real customers are saying on Amazon and on similar brands that are selling your product, you are just light years ahead of everyone else when it comes to marketing that product. Because if you can understand what your customer wants, and if you can really make your ad speak to them and really resonate and make it sound like, wow, this person's talking directly to me, then they're more likely to click your ad and convert on your website. And that's why I'm able to get a 4 or 5% conversion rate really consistently with a brand new store that has absolutely no social proof at all. So
Yeah, speaking of research, I wanted to ask what your research process is like. You talked about product research, customer research. What's your process like, and what's your criteria?
yeah, so nowadays I don't even do my own product research at all. I do have virtual assistants for that, and that's sort of the next step. If you want to grow and you have some money, definitely hire someone because they can dedicate more man hours than you can. I mean, at my peak, I was really just doing an hour of product research, but nowadays I just went on to Upwork. I have a training video that's like 30 minutes long that I sent to all my virtual assistants that do it. And basically, I would say about 5 tools. First off, I'd like to use AdSpy. I think I found most of my winners off of that tool where I'll just hop onto there. There's certain filters I like by sorting by shop now as the button, by having United States as the demographic, English as the language, having the total likes of the ad at least 1,000. So I know, hey, there's some engagement here. People are interested in the product. So that's one of the main ways I find products, ads by just finding ads of products that are already doing really well. I also like, there's a new one called PP ads. Sounds inappropriate, but it's actually
Okay.
yeah, so they are like a TikTok ad spy tool. It's the same exact concept. But yeah, it's for TikTok ads. I found some good winners there recently. A lot of my product researchers have been finding some good products there. And what I tell them to look for is products where I'm at least getting a margin of $25. When I'm scaling, I just tend to notice products that are less than that are much harder to scale, especially when you're showing your ad to millions of people and your cost per purchase is just naturally going to raise up. So I'm selling a $5-10 phone case, it's really hard to get a cost per purchase of $2 or $3 to make that profitable. So I want to have a decent margin first off. And in order to be able to justify the price tag of a product like that, it needs to be a product that is higher value. So it could be like, for instance, I mean, this is a product I've sold a massage gun. So I could get this on AliExpress for $20. I can sell it for 70 easy because there's massage guns that go for $300, $500. So the high value, or at least the perceived margin of that is higher. So I can definitely justify the price increase, the markup. So that's another thing I look for, high value items. Obviously, wow factor is another key thing. Is it something that is pretty unique? Or if I see it in an ad, can we definitely market it to be like a good hook? Like if I can see, or at least when I'm looking at a product and I know, okay, I can get a really good hook for that, that's going to capture people's attention, I'm probably going to market it. So that's a big thing as well. And it is a little bit optional, but I do tend to gear my focus on products that are more for females because I just notice they convert more, especially on the first time. And yeah, they just shop more. But is there anything else? Yeah, margin's a big one. Bile factor is a big one. And honestly, if the product's cool, that is something I do tell them. I'm like, hey, is the product cool? I don't want to sell anything that's too generic or too boring that I can find literally anywhere. If I can find it at a Target or a mall, then I don't want to sell it. It's just too easily accessible. So that's another big thing.
One of the things I wanted to ask is a lot of beginners, they're starting with 500, 400, $200 even. So if you were starting over and you only had $500, what would you do? Would you not start with 500 and just continue to save up?
Yeah, if I had 500 personally, I would save up. When I first started, I did have around $1,500, and the second time I got into it, I had around 2,000. So I personally believe, just knowing after starting so many stores, I mean, first off, with Shopify, which is my preferred platform, it's going to be around 30 a month for the plan, and I know for the apps I like, it's going to be around 75 to 80 all said and done. Then I typically will find a winning product within 6 to 8 product tests, and I like to spend about $100 for each test. So if you do the math there, that's around $800 for the ad budget, $80 for the website, etc. And yeah, so I would probably recommend having at least 1,000. So once I save it to 1,000 though, immediately what I would be doing is, yeah, I would go into tools like AdSpy. I'd be going on tools like DropPoint. Yeah, PP Ads is another one. Or just going onto social media, following these big meme pages. Because I mean, literally today, I'll be following some meme pages that have millions of followers, and they'll be posting dropshipping ads all the time for really engaging and really, yeah, eye-catching ads. So I'll be looking into those products literally today to see, is there a market for this? Can I maybe see if there's good clips online? That's another key thing. Is there a lot of good creatives that I can use for my ads, whether they be on TikTok, social media? So I would save up to 1,000. I would find some good products. I'd come up with a list about 5 to 10 of these. And then for each one of these products, I'm building a one product store. I'm trying to make these seem as branded as possible so that my conversion rate is the highest and the product success rate is also the highest. And then I would go into TikTok ads. That's my definitely preferred platform nowadays because the CPM, so the cost to show your ad to 1,000 people, is definitely cheaper than any other major social media platform. So I would create a one product store, market it with TikTok ads, spend about $100 a day. And if it's break even, if it's profitable, definitely keep the ads on and then just scale the winning ad groups. And if not, then yeah, just move on to the next product. So yeah, I would definitely test around 8 to 10 products, all one product stores, once I save it to 1,000.
In terms of budget allocation, how do you know how much to allocate to each sort of audience or ad set?
Yeah, I mean, personally, my rules are pretty set in stone right now, where I'll test about 5 ad groups, which is synonymous. If you're, I mean, you're a Facebook ad person, it's ad groups is an ad set. It's the same thing, just slightly different terminology. So when I'm testing with TikTok ads, I always do one campaign. I'll have 5 ad groups, each with a unique interest, and I'll set the budget at $20 a day because that's the minimum that you can actually do. So
Oh,
after doing a day, about $100 in spend, if I'm break even or profitable, that's when I know, all right, there's some life here. If I'm getting some sales, that's great. And if I'm just going to look at my ad groups, see which ones are working, which ones are above my break even ROAS, and then I'm just going to scale those. But with TikTok, because you get data so fast, I know a winning product will be profitable by day one. So if it's not, I usually am just going to kill it. I mean, that's one of the main things I also see with a lot of beginners. They get way too emotionally attached to products where they're like, man, I put all this work into this. I have this amazing description, amazing website. It's going to work eventually. I just got to keep putting more money into it. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. I mean, you just can't be emotionally attached. So personally, yeah, that's the budget allocation I do. I do $100 a day. If it works, awesome. Keep scaling it. If it doesn't, move on to the next product. Because when you have a winning product, you're going to feel it. Like you'll know immediately from day one, oh my God, my cost per click is incredibly low. I'm getting 10 cents a link click. I'm getting all these conversions, etc. So yeah, I would recommend $100 a day. And if you're still using Facebook ads, which I mean, I used for, yeah, a couple of years until I started to get into TikTok, I recommend doing a $35 a day over there. What I used to do was 7 ad sets, each with a unique interest, and I did $5 a day, and I would have it on for about 2 days. So if you do the math there, that's $70 a day for a product test. So there's definitely different ways of doing it, and you know you got to do the research of what platform you think is best for you. Personally, though, I'm TikTok ads all the way.
okay. But have you transitioned out of dropshipping, the dropshipping model? And like, I know that some, they would start doing wholesaling, buying in bulk, or manufacturing even. Through your e-commerce journey, have you ever transitioned to those that I mentioned?
Yeah, I would say so with this most recent brand. I mean, when I was able to get to 80,000 a month, I knew instantly, all right, well, I'm going to go from dropshipping to e-commerce. Well, I mean, dropshipping is technically e-commerce, but to an actual brand, just like that. I mean, and that's the beauty of dropshipping, how fast you can get results. I mean, I started this brand. I had no idea what the hell was going to happen. I'd never launched a TikTok out of my life. And then boom, it does these amazing results. I scaled it to $7,000 a day, 200 orders within 2 weeks. And I was like, all right, that's enough proof for me to, yeah, brand this product and start bulk ordering it. Like that's all I
Nice.
needed to see. So what I did was I went on to 99 Designs because I originally just had some shitty logo I made in Canva. And I'm like, all right, if I'm going to put my logo on this product, it's not going to be that. So I went into 99 Designs. I posted a contest for about $500 to get this really amazing logo made. So I had about 100 designs submitted to me, got down to around three I really liked. There was one I thought was baller, contacted the designer. She made it in the right formats because there is a certain format for actually printing a logo on a product. I'm not 100% sure on the top of my head what it's called, but there is a specific file you do need. So when I got it, I just sent it directly to my supplier. I'm like, yep, here's my logo, put it on here. They're like, all right, that's going to cost an extra 40 cents a unit. And I'm like, wow, that's not too shabby because my unit costs about 320. So it was just 360 to get my logo on there. I'm like, cool, cool. All right, let me bulk order. So I did 2,000 units, bulk ordered it to the United States. It's $6,000, but all right, cool. Got it all in the US. And that's where all my customers come from, United States. Yeah, just got it over there. And yeah, I would say we are definitely an e-commerce brand nowadays. Like it's all US. We got 4 to 6 day shipping. So, I mean, if I was to compare that to any other big e-commerce brand, yeah, we got the logo on the product, we got fast shipping, it's all there. So I would say so. Yeah, we made the transition literally in just 2 months from a dropshipping brand to a real brand.
What were the experiments that you were running to continually optimize? Because optimization actually starts right from day one, right? Like you run the ads and you realize, oh, it's not converting, then you find the root of the problem and you go like, okay, maybe it's my landing page, maybe it's
Mhm.
my ad copy. What were the experiments that you ran to test sort of what went wrong, what were the roots of the problems, and what you could improve?
Yeah, so for really identifying where the leakage is happening, where the problems are in my business, I always have certain KPIs that I need to be hitting. So, for instance, if you want to know, is my ad the problem? Then I personally have these metrics. I want to at least get a cost per click of under 60 cents. So, if my ad is getting me a cost per click of $1 or $2, I know, all right, my ad's the problem. So, maybe I need to change the hook, so the opening 3 seconds, because that's always the most important. Maybe I need to change the messaging, or the call to action is just not clear enough, or the clips just aren't speaking directly to my audience good enough. So that's the first thing with ads. The main things you can measure there is the cost per click and your click through rate, your CTR. So I aim for a CTR of at least 1.5%, and again, cost per click of 60 cents or less. So that's the first stage of the funnel. Next is your landing page. Now, personally, for me, I'm aiming for at least an add to cart rate of 5%. So if I'm getting 100 visitors, I want at least 5 of those people to add to cart. And then my conversion rate, it depends on the product, but I typically like to get at least a 2% conversion rate. I would say the average Shopify store is around 1.2, 1.3. So I want to aim for at least 2% with these one product stores. Like nowadays, I mean, my main brand is around a 4.6%, and other stores I've started are around 4 or 5% conversion rate. So you need to establish, hey, what are my KPIs here? What am I trying to hit? And that's how you can really tell where the problem lies. So if I know, all right, my cost per click is 20 cents, but my conversion rate's like 0.5%. Clearly, it's my product page. There's just not enough urgency. Maybe the copywriting's not there. Maybe my reviews aren't just convincing enough. So I would say that's the main thing I do. And with this new brand, when I was actually, yeah, split testing and all that stuff, I mean, there's constant split tests. Like even the price points, the offers, everything. I started at $29.99 doing a 40% off sale, and then I realized over time I can raise the price. I can get even more margin. So now I'm selling it for $34.99. And that's just some things you got to definitely split test. Different price points, different offers. Maybe you do buy one, get one free. You never know what's going to work until you split test. And I do that with every single aspect of the business. From the upsells, I always try different upsell offers, whether it's a complimentary product or doing the same product at another 25% off. Or maybe with my ads, I'll try different creatives, especially because with TikTok, ad creatives burn so fast that I think I've tested at least 25 ads in the last 2 months just for this product, because you have to first, all right, I have something that works. What are the key elements that work in this ad? Oh, it's the messaging. So I'll take that same messaging, but maybe I'll use slightly different clips and slightly different text. But yeah, when you have a winner, it's your main job to figure out how it was a winner and then just slightly tweak it to keep it running. Yeah, profitable. So those are the main things I will split test for optimization.
How do you think drop shipping or e-commerce will change over the next 1 to 2 years? And how do you advise to adapt to that change? And what are your predictions? So in terms of the future.
Yeah, it's really hard to say. I mean, personally, I always thought like 2 years ago that Amazon would have just eliminated dropshipping and sold everything, and there would no longer be dropshipping. But it's still definitely alive nowadays, and I would say I'm living proof of that. But yeah, with dropshipping, I would say it's definitely here to stay. There's always going to be new opportunities. There's always going to be new products, but definitely the barrier to entry is always rising. Especially, I feel like less people are getting into it now, because the only reason why people got into dropshipping initially, especially people nowadays, even the ones watching this video, is because they do have the opportunity. They do feel like, okay, if I learn these skills, I can make money really fast. It's get rich quick. But nowadays, I feel like so many people that were into dropshipping are now getting into NFTs and crypto, that there actually is less competition nowadays for a lot of these products, which means there's more opportunities for the people that do want to stick with this and learn the skills. So I really think there's a lot more money to be made. There's going to be a lot more winning products. E-commerce is obviously constantly growing every single year. And with less people getting into it, because all the money hungry people are now going into the next fad, which is going to be crypto for a while, I think it's definitely very, very exciting, especially with all these new opportunities with TikTok ads being incredibly cheap, with Facebook ads probably going to figure out their stuff. So I think there's just more resources than ever before. I think there's more knowledge ever before on YouTube that you can access easily at your fingertips, or Udemy for really cheap. So I think for dropshippers, if you're really dedicated and you love e-commerce, you love building a brand, you want to sell something, and you eventually want to scale your brand to the point where you can exit from it, then yeah, stick with this, because there's going to be opportunities.
Before I close off, would you like to tell the viewers where they can find out more about you?
Yeah, so if you found me a little bit entertaining and want to learn more about my thoughts on dropshipping and everything of the sorts, I do have an Instagram account, Ethan Dobbins Official. I have around, I believe, 30,000 followers now. I just post daily tips, daily value. I'm not your typical guru who definitely does all the lifestyle posts with his, Ferraris and all this fake cash and stuff like that. I just love, posting daily value. So you can find me on Instagram, or also my YouTube channel, where I am posting about my latest strategies with TikTok ads. Those do seem to be quite popular. So if you just look up my name, Ethan Dobbins, you'll see my YouTube channel has around 3,000 subscribers. You can check out, those latest videos. They are very long videos. They're each around like an hour long. So yeah, if you want to get value packed, like a whole course in one video, I would recommend checking me out there.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to leave Ethan's channel in the description below if any of you want to learn more about Ethan and follow his journey. That's it for the interview. Thank you so much, Ethan.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
Did you enjoy this video? If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. If you'd like to find pre-vetted, reliable dropship suppliers, check out SaleHoo Dropship and SaleHoo Directory. Links are in the description box below. Want to see more interviews like this? Check out this video. Want profitable products to sell? Check out this video over here. Anyway, thanks everyone. See you in the next video.